Hello everyone, we're heading into Clash of Wills to do a rank 1 clear. And this is the first team that I put together after working around EX levels and everything, so it's a late-based team overall. Up first is Melissa, so she's the main supporter. Gear-wise, I made her full evasion with 100% draw attacks, her own card for morale, gave her ailment resist. The rod is morale per turn. The coat is full evade plus morale per turn. Philosopher's Stone, just some auto-casting stuff. Preservation does have some mitigation. That counts because the final boss does have a bunch of races. So we get Demon and Dragon that matter. And that's about it for her. Up next is Lilith. So I went with physical cover. And she also does a little bit of damage. So gear-wise, a lot of defense stuff, some light and dark resist. Blizzard Orb to counter. A little bit of killers, full evasion. She gets Chain Cap from the card. So she has 75 Beast Killer, 250 Demon Killer, 250 Human Killer, 175 Fairy Killer. Maxed out limit damage. Up next is Kaito. So in the base, we have the Rod and the Ring, morale at the very start. The Lilies, just a little auto-casting at the very start. The Robe, just morale when he's in the base form. Philosopher's Stone, pretty much only works turn 1 anyway. I think we're going to spend most of the time in a shifted form, but Wilk's card for morale per turn. And then in the shift, we get him set kind of for limit damage overall. So we have 300 Beast Killer, 300 Demon Killer, 300 Human, 250 Dragon, 300 Fairy, 300 limit damage. So Dragon's the only one that's not maxed out for the final boss. And 2B, because mainly I just wanted to use 2B, honestly. So base is a limit focus. We have 300 Beast, Demon, Human, Dragon, and Fairy Killer with maxed out limit damage. And then in the shift, we have some morale stuff. So I am actually going to use this hat for mana. Seeing the first boss, when it dies, drains your mana. And this is a free 1,000 mana to everybody at 0 cost. That helps out massively. I also have the Pendant and the Bracer. I'm going to pretty much stack as many limit modifiers on her as possible. Typhus' Spirit as well. And that's about it for her. And then we have Fundamental Force. So everything is based around her being EX1 for rotation because Super Limit Burst unit, but it should work out. As far as her gear, she's just set for damage. $350 Beast, 300 Demon, Human, Dragon, and Fairy with 300 limit damage. And then we have Mireille, so we get a slightly better field than Fundamental Force has. And she's going to be like a chaining partner overall and a supporter. So her base does have some stuff in it for when we do chain here and there. But killer-wise, we didn't care too much. She's got her 275 Beast, 200 Demon, 250 Human, 250 Dragon, 125 Fairy. Limit doesn't matter. I'm not going to use the base limit. Tarot Mug is just some auto-casting for morale as we're in the base. And then in the shift, a limit focus. So 300 Beast, Demon, Human, 350 Dragon, 275 Fairy, 300 limit damage. Alright, let's jump into this. Alright, so the first boss counters physical attacks. It's a little bit random on who gets countered, so I am trying to control that a little bit with the turn actions for this one. So first, Melissa's going to go. So Shared Immunity, Chronic Flow. And then we're going to Beast Killer on 2B, mainly for the morale, because we're not really doing too much damage at the moment. Lilith is only going to cast physical cover. I don't want her to get dispelled. So Fundamental Force. We're going to Veil for the general mitigation. Heavenly for the LB modifier. And then Celestial Aegis for morale. Seeing that's got 1,000 on it. Murray, we're going to latent view the party. Give Mirage to the party. And put up the 50% field. Kaito is going to shift. So Crashing for the Dispel. We'll do Sun Glitter for the field. And then I'm going to use Bladestorm. And he's going to go first. So Bladestorm has 4 hits on it, which gives a chance of him eating 4 counters. And 2B is going to do Shifted Limit. So there is still a chance that 2B is going to get dispelled, but her modifier is not dispellable that we get from this. So there was only 1 counter, it went to Kaito. Alright, turn 2, Melissa. Shared Immunity, just because that gives us bonus morale for this one. And then we're going to Beast and Dragon Killer on Fundamental Force, mainly for morale. Beast Killer is the only one that matters for the first fight. So for Lilith, we're going to triple cast, but Dark to fill limit for 2B. So Fundamental. We're going to Supreme, that's her 100 amp. Leo for slightly better Beast Killer for everybody else. And then we're going to do Light and Imbue for Kaito, so we can still seal the boss. Murray. Arcane for the good buff. Burst on 2B to fill limit, and then also get her own modifier. And then Yang for 60 light boost for herself. 2B is going to True Charge. This is just going to do a slightly better latent peril on the boss. And then for Kaito, we're going to Downpour and then Deep twice, just because that has a little morale on it. He's the only one hitting, so he's the only one that can get countered. And he did get dispelled. Alright, so turn 3. Melissa. Shared Immunity. Beast and Dragon Killer for 2B. Beast Killer matters, Dragon Killers for morale. So Kaito does not have an imbue at the moment. It's fine. We're going to use his Shifted Limit more for the breaks than anything. Lilith's going to do super. 2B is going to go to the base for limit. Fundamental is going to regular limit. Murray is going to do Shifted Limit. So the front 2 will start, and then we'll get the back 3 added in. So that time it looked like 2B got the Dispel, and she was the only one to get dispelled. Usually it's more than one. Alright, Melissa's going to super on herself. Lilith is just going to single cast Physical Cover. $2B is going to shift. And we're just going to Gilded Pendant, get a little LB modifier. Force. We'll do Human Killer. Dragon Killer, that's just more for morale overall. And then Radiant for a 60 light boost. Murray is going to go to the base. Latent View the party. Shadow for Mirage. And then we'll do 400 buff on Fundamental. And then for Kaito, Downpour, Flux, and Stream. And then he'll eat the counters after sealing. Alright, Melissa. Sheared Immunity. Beast Killer on Force, because that's the only killer that matters. And seconds on 2B to refill her limit. Also gets the LV mod and all. So Lilith. Betrayal and Double Rapture. Kaito, triple on Bladestorm. 2B, base for the limit. Fundamental does super. And then Murray, we're going to Latent View and Double Bolting. So we'll hit the ability users first, and then the two limits will chain and Slate Delay. There's the first wave down. So for this team, that's definitely the most annoying due to the Dispel counters. So second's not too bad. I'm not using spells, so I don't have to worry about Dispel for this one. Two B is going to shift, and we need to give mana to everybody, just to speed stuff up. Alright, Melissa. Sheared Immunity, Chronic Flow, and Dragon Killer for Fundamental Force. So Force. We're going to Veil for General Mitigation. Hypernova. And then Radiant for the 60 light boost. Murray. Latent View the party. Refresh the field. And single bolting. Lilith. Physical cover. Double Rapture should finish healing. And then for Kaito, Crashing, Refresh Sun Glitter, and Downpour. So Kaito can go first, he's not doing any damage. And then those two can chain a little bit. Alright, so turn 2, Melissa. Sheared Immunity. Dragon Killer on 2B. And then we can Parasol. Murray. We'll do Arcane for the good buff. Yang for the 60 light. And single bolting. Fundamental. Triple unbolting. 2B, shifted limit for modifier. Kaito, downpour, flux and stream for the good breaks. And Lilith. Betrayal and double rapture. Start out with the 400 attack and magic. And let everybody chain. Alright, third turn here. Shared immunity. Dragon Killer on Force. And Shelga. Lilith. We can Betrayal and Double Rapture. Kaito, triple on Bladestorm. 2B goes to the base. So True Charge and Double Bolting. Fundamental is going to triple on Bolting. And Murray. So we're going to Burst for 2B. Vessel for the 100 self boost. And add in a Bolting. So we'll get this chained up. Alright, for Melissa, do Shared Immunity, Dragon and Beast Killers on 2B, alright, Lilith does Super, Kaito does Shifted Limits, 2B does Base Limits, Fundamental does Regular Limits, Murray, we got to Shift and do Shifted Limit. So we have the better buffs from Arcane still, so no point in using the morale skills, and we'll just get everything chained up. And there's the second boss dead. Alright, Melissa, Sheared, Chronic, and Parasol. For Kaito, Crashing, Sun Glitter, and Downpour. For Fundamental, we'll do Veil for the mitigation. Radiant Starburst, and can do the Beast Killer from her. For Murray, we go back to the base. Latent view the party. Refresh the field. And Yang for her better self-light boost. 2B can go to the shifted form. We'll avoid and double human killer. And then for Lilith, we're going to physical cover and double rapture. So rapture should heal everybody up nicely. Can use the attack and magic because why not? So yeah, full healed. Mana's good. Alright, so the main goal right now is we're going to wear the boss down a little bit before the big burst. But he still has his mitigation this turn, so it's a little bit more prep. So Melissa. Beast Killer on Force. And then we're going to Shelga and Badark. For Force, we're going to Hypernova for LB Mod. We're going to do the regular Limitless for the 400 LB boost. And she can add in a bolting. See, for Murray in the base, we're going to Mirage with Shadow. We need Burst. We can hit Lilith, it doesn't really matter. And then Human for Force to get a little bit better human killer there. Lilith can do limits. Kaito will downpour. Lux and Stream. And 2B will just do triple human killer from mainly because that generates morale. But we can use the attack and magic, it doesn't really matter. Boss has mitigation still. Alright, mitigation should be off the boss. He still has defense spirit, which is okay. So, Melissa. Shield immunity. We're doing minutes. And Dragon Killer on Fundamental. 2B is going to Gilded Pendant this turn. And the other four are going to limit and chip the boss down. So we get Super, Shifted Limit from Kaito, Super from Force, and Beret does Shifted Limit. We'll use our Defense Spirit, Attack and Magic this turn. See what we get the boss down to. Alright, Melissa. We'll do Shield Immunity. For Dark. And then All Consuming, because the boss is going to 20% heal next turn. That cuts it down to a 10% heal. B is going to do Shifted Limits. Fundamental is just going to triple bolting. Murray goes back to the base. So we'll do Shadow for Mirage and double bolting. Kaito, Sun Glitter, Torrential Force 1, and Blade Storm. And then Lilith. Do Betrayal and double Rapture. Keep using Attack and Magic for now. We'll chain this up. Alright, Melissa. Shield Immunity. Shelga. And Human Killer on Fundamental. For Lilith. Cover, Betrayal, and Rapture. Kaito, Downpour, double Blade Storm. 2B is going to Typhus' Spirits. Fundamental, we're going to Latent View the Party. And double bolting. And Murray is going to Bar Lights. And double bolting. Get this chained up. Alright, Melissa can super and target herself. Lilith. Betrayal, double Rapture. Kaito, Downpour, and Flux and Stream. 2B is going to Gilded Bracer herself. Fundamental. Astral. And double bolting. And then for Murray, we'll do the Ramping Latent View for the party. Help out the other two. Shadow for Mirage. And then we need Burst for her own modifier. We can hit 2B. Alright, let them chain a tiny bit. Alright, Melissa. We're going to do all 3 killers on Fundamental. Lilith. Do Physical Cover, Betrayal, and Rapture. Kaito. Refresh Sun Glitter and double Blade Storm. 2B goes to the base. True Charge. 150 and Bolting. Fundamental. Prismatic for 180. Do Limitless Plus. And Hypernova for LB Mod. Array. Arcane for good buff. Avatar. And then Mirage. So let them chain a tiny bit. Alright, Melissa. Dragon and Human Killer on 2B, and Seconds on 2B. Lilith does Super. Kaito does Shifted Limit. 2B does Base Limits. Fundamental does Super. Murray does Shifted Limit. Alright, let's see how much damage we do here. Yeah, almost got the kill that turn. Alright, so we got 1% to go. Can use our morale stuff, because why not? Alright, Melissa, we're going to do all 3 killers on Fundamental again. Kaito. Crashing. Downpour. And then we're going to Unpredictable. That way we get rid of the buffs on the boss there. So Lilith. Triple Rapture. 2B. Triple Bolting. Fundamental. Triple Bolting. And then Murray in the Shift. Triple Bolting. So everybody chain together, we should get 1% done. Alright, there we go. They left in the scoring requirements that don't matter for this. Turns for clear and chance time. So taking a look at damage, obviously fundamental being what the unit was designed for did the most damage. 2B did pretty good. I did stack a lot of LB modifiers with the items though. But that is a rank 1 clear. Managed with a late team, working around some EX levels, but first time run through, not too bad. So we're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.